Hi, this is Esther from Ravi Star Jewelry. I hope you're having a wonderful day. I'm super happy to do this tutorial for you. It's Valentine's Day themed on how to make a pair of handmade earrings when the bead is heart-shaped. And so what's great about this tutorial is I'm going to show you what to do in terms of the metal when you're working with an irregularly shaped bead. In this case, it's a heart. So here's what you're going to need. You're going to need a round nose plier. You can also use a looper. I prefer this one because I can customize how large the loop is going to be. I like to use a bent nose plier, especially for opening and closing the fish hooks. I have here 2 stainless steel flathead pins that are 2 inches long. I have my irregularly shaped, heart-shaped beads. I've got Jasper spacers. I'm not going to touch them because last time I touched it, it flew away and then I had to start over, so I'm not going to do that. And also the fish hooks, these are stainless steel and they have a red bead accent. So as I always say, the first thing to do is make sure that the bead fits through the pin without falling. So that's step 1. If it falls, you're going to have to either pick a new bead or put a spacer in. The next thing I'm going to do is put the spacer that I'm using in between because I didn't want to have like a huge loop at the top. And I thought it'd make a really cool accent too. Plus it's Valentine's Day, so everybody's in the mood for love. And I'm going to go ahead and put the second bead. Okay, and so here's the difference where like normally you would do it at a 90-degree angle. Like what I like to prefer to do is bend it here, work on it, and then move it. You can't always do that, but I'm going to show you how to do that with the first one, and then the second one I will show you how to do it when there's a curve or something irregular. So the biggest obstacle probably when there's an irregularly shaped bead, especially if it's like glass or stone, is that you're gonna chip it or damage it or scratch it. And so if you do that a little bit, it's no big deal, but if you maybe push a little too roughly, what's gonna happen is it's gonna break the top of the bead and you're gonna have to use a new one. So what I do, so we put the metal at a 90-degree angle, opposite the direction of the irregular shape, and then you just go ahead and use the looper to create the bead. See how it's challenging? I'm not having the easiest time. It keeps moving, and so that's something that you can expect as well. So this is my process for doing the loop, and then I go ahead and turn it, and then I go like this so that it's in the proper place for when I put the fish hook. So as you see, it's not like completely perfect in terms of there's a little bit of a challenge in the technique. If you want a larger loop or a smaller loop, you go ahead and keep pulling. If you want a larger loop, you undo a bit of it. So that's how you do that. I'm actually pretty pleased with my loop right now. We'll find out when I put the ear hook in. If you want it to not move at all, you just make it tighter. So I guess in some way that's the difference between a dangle earring and a drop earring with these. So I actually want to work on this a little bit more because I'm seeing a little bit of movement that I'm not too thrilled with. Okay, so I think I'm good. Yeah, it just needs to be closed up. See? And so you just kind of twist like that, go like this, and then you can manipulate the wire to straighten it. For now, I'm pleased, so I'm going to go ahead and open up my ear wire. And here we go. I'm left-handed. I like to push back. You might want to push forward. So I'm pushing back. Go ahead and you take the loop. As you can see, there's still some movement, which is okay. It's just because of the shape of the bead. And so it does cause little challenges. But I'm going to go ahead and close this up. And so the best thing to do when you close it up is you just squeeze so that the ear wire is fully closed, as opposed to fully closed. So then you go ahead, go like this, you check to straighten. I feel like this looks pretty good. I'm pleased with it. I might need to straighten the wire a little bit later, but this shows you like even when you do it from the irregular side and then straighten that, it still works out pretty well. So I'm going to put this one down and I'm going to show you how to manipulate the wire on the second one when there's an irregular shape and you're going in the direction of the irregular shape. So you go ahead again, put your beads on the pin. And then, like I said, I'm actually gonna try to bend a 90-degree angle. You can most certainly use your plier for that, but I just prefer to do it my way, unless the wire is very thick and difficult to manipulate. So as you can see, I've done the best I could, creating a 90-degree angle, like so, and then I'm going to show you how you work in the same direction. So I'm working in the same direction, so I'm just determining the size. As you see, same thing, there's some movement going on. That's one of the challenges of working with an irregular shape, is that it's easier to slip. And then I go ahead and create my loop, staying in the same direction as the irregular bead. So that's the challenge, is the movement. And then you go ahead and you close that up, and there you go, see? And it's kind of funny because I think I had an easier time working with the direction of the irregularity, but that's cool. I mean, it's unpredictable when you make these loops. So this loop closed perfectly easily. I had a lot less problems with it. So now I'm thinking maybe you should work with the irregular side as well. So I'm gonna go ahead and open up my ear wire. And then I'm gonna go ahead and close it up. And then we're gonna see how this one behaves now that I've worked in the direction of the irregular shape as opposed to across from it. Okay, so now we're just gonna close this up. Okay, and so the way I know that it is fully closed is the bead doesn't like slip off crazy. So it's okay. This one I might wanna manipulate it just the tiniest bit more. And so you have to be careful because you're not working with a lot of space, so it's like one false move, but I think just squeezing it a tiny bit more should help. Okay, so this one I feel like needs a little bit more straightening than the other, so that might be, see, there's no perfect system. That's how I describe making jewelry, is that everything has its good things and bad things about it. But I feel like we've done a pretty good job here. And so we've got the hearts for Valentine's Day. And they're super cute. I think I'm in love. And so this completes my tutorial, Valentine's Day themed, of how to make earrings that are handmade when the bead is in a regular shape, and in this case it's a heart-shaped bead. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to like, follow, share, subscribe. I'm at Ravi Star Jewelry on TikTok and Poshmark. At TikTok and Instagram. I have a storefront of Poshmark, Mercari, Depop, Grailed, and Shopify, and more. Just look for Ravi Star Jewelry wherever you're shopping or watching, and I'll be there. I wish everybody a happy Valentine's Day. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you soon. Bye.